Outcome 7. I can recognize patterns using parallel lines. Okay, the most important thing to remember when you're dealing with parallel lines is parallel lines preserve angle equalities. What does it mean? Well, let's do the math. Okay, angle A and angle D, we know what they are. They're vertical angles because they were jumping across the intersection of intersecting lines. And if this line is parallel to this line, we know that angle E and angle H, which occupy similar positions to angle A and angle D, are also going to be equal to angle A and angle D. So angle A equals angle D because they're vertical angles, and they also equal angle E and equal angle H because parallel lines preserve angle equalities. Same thing with B, C, F, G, by the way. Okay, so if we know angle A equals angle D, we know that parallel lines will make that angle also be the same as angle E and angle H. All right, parallelograms. Just because we're talking about parallel lines. A parallelogram is a quadrilateral, so 4 straight lines that is made up of 2 pairs of parallel lines. And you can see these little marks here. Little arrow, little double arrow, means that this line is parallel to this line, means that this line is parallel to that line. And because parallelograms work the way they do, angle X is going to equal angle Z. The opposite angles are going to equal each other. And angle Y is going to equal angle W. Opposite angles equal each other. A rhombus, just while we're there, is a parallelogram where all 4 sides have the same length. So think about this as a square that's kind of been tilted over. You can see it can have the little tick marks here. So you know that all the sides are the same length. This is a rectangle that's tilted over. This is a square that's tilted over. And again, all parallelograms will have the opposite angles equaling each other, so same thing for the rhombus. The rhombus just has all 4 sides equaling each other. But don't think all 4 angles equal each other, just all 4 sides are the same length with the rhombus. All right, so here we go. Let's put it all together by recognizing some patterns. And here we have the famous hexagon pattern, where it's just a bunch of regular hexagons, one next to the other. Think about tiling a floor. And know that all geometric patterns repeat not only shapes, but also parallel lines and angle measurements. So earlier in life, you might just see this and be like, oh, I recognize a pattern. There's going to be hexagon, 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 hexagon. They're all going to fit together like they do. But now that we're in 7th grade, we also have to recognize that there's going to be angles that repeat each other. So here, regular hexagons all have interior angles of 120 degrees. So this point here has 120 here, 120 here, 120 here, and they all add up to 360. Also, what's repeated are parallel lines. So we can see that there's lines here, and they, they're not complete lines because they come and they go, but there's parallel lines all over the place in patterns. And there's parallel lines here, here, and elsewhere in the hexagon pattern. And that's Learning Outcome 7.